Everybody, welcome to Education 761. I'm Dr. Fries. For those of you who are new to Francis Marion or new to our program, I know some of you have been stuck with me for a while in a number of classes, so I'm excited to work with y'all again. And to those of you who are new, again, to FMU or to the program, I am excited to work with you all and get to know you, and you'll probably see me a lot more over the next few semesters. So I just wanted to give a quick overview about Education 761. Every time I do one of these intro videos, I say, oh, it's going to be quick, it's going to be really fast, and then I end up talking forever, and it ends up taking like three different parts. So I'm going to do this in one part. I'm going to do a quick overview, and then as we get closer to each of the assignments, I will do more detailed video recordings. The assignments are pretty straightforward this semester. I know it's a summer course. I know some of you are still teaching or still out in the schools when the course opens, and I want you to be able to actually have a summer. So it's pretty bare bones. This summer I've taken out everything except for one assignment per module, and you'll see there are 7 modules. Okay, so there will be one assignment for each module. There's a midterm that'll happen here after module C, and there's a final exam that will happen here after module D. Okay, all of your modules A, B, C, D, E, F, G are due on either Tuesdays or Fridays. I did that on purpose because, the ones that are due on Tuesday, you could work on starting on Monday or even on Tuesday, and the ones that are due on Friday, you can work on during the week, and then hopefully y'all can actually have the weekends to enjoy and spend time with your friends and family and whatever else people do in the summers. All right, so you will have a getting started module as well. That is also due the first Friday. Okay, so again, this is Friday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday. Your midterm will be due on a Thursday, okay? And I'll get to that in just a second. And then module D is due Friday, module E Tuesday, module F Friday, module G Tuesday, and then your final exam, is also due on a Thursday, okay? This is what you will see when you log into Blackboard. Once I open, so let me back up a second. So typically, if you take a semester 15-week class with me, I don't open everything all at once because I don't want you to rush through everything in 1 week and then be done. I want you to actually interact a little bit with the content. Since this is a summer class, I do open things a little more quickly, I guess. So what So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open module A, B, and C when the class first opens. Okay, so you'll be able to access those immediately. Then maybe a week and a half into the class, I will open modules D, E, F, and G. Okay, so don't be alarmed when the class opens and you only see module A, B, and C. D, E, F, and G will open, just not on the first day. Okay, when I open the midterm, you will see that linked over here. It'll be right underneath, as I said, underneath module C. And then when I open the final, that will be under module G. So don't be alarmed when you first log in and you don't see anything that says midterm or final, okay? For the midterm, you will need to complete the assignment for module C. Well, technically the assignments for modules A, B, and C. And then you can access the midterm. For the final, you'll need to complete the assignments for modules D, E, F, and G. And then you can access the final. Okay, but I'll get to all that in a second. So this is what it'll look like to you. Again, here's your homepage. This is where announcements will show up. Make sure that you do check the announcements. There's a box that you can check when you're sending an announcement that says send an email also. And I always check that box. So you should get the announcements in your email. When I post videos, sometimes they show up in the emails that I send out and sometimes they don't. So if I send an email and say, okay, here's the video about assignments for modules A, B, and C, and there's no video in the email I get, just come back here to your announcements and it'll be here, okay? It sometimes depends on the computer I use, which I know is kind of weird, but sometimes video shows up, sometimes not so much. But I'll explain that to you. Okay, the discussions, this is where you'll post, you do have a discussion board post for Module A. Again, I'll get to that in just a second. The calendar of due dates is right here. Sometimes you have to rotate it, sometimes you don't. Let's just see what happens. Woo, look at that. Look at me figuring stuff out. This depends on the scanner that I use, if it scans it sideways or correctly. So don't ask. There's a lot of, technological glitches, I guess, in my world. So here is the calendar. Class opens. That's supposed to be a smiley face, but apparently my hand slipped. Your getting started module is due Friday, June 3rd. Module A is due June 7th, Tuesday. Module B is due Friday. Module C is due Tuesday. Your midterm exam, again, is due Thursday, and that's only on chapters 1 through 6. Okay, then Module D is due the next day. And just a little aside, oh my goodness, excuse me. You can work ahead, right? Once the module is open, once you complete Module A, go ahead and go into Module B. I don't always grade that far ahead though, so just be mindful of that. If you're someone who likes a grade right away, don't do Module C like the second day of class, okay? So pace yourself as well, knowing that, I have assignments for everybody to grade. I'm doing some traveling for work this summer also. So if you really want that instant, oh my goodness, what was my grade kind of feedback, don't get too far ahead of yourselves, okay? And I know that sounds kind of, I don't know, harsh or whatever, but on my part, saying I'm not going to grade early, and it's not that I'm not going to, it's just that sometimes, I have to keep up with the calendar as well. So, again, don't get that far. If you're going to complete Module C like a week early, don't expect your grade right then. Okay. That's all I'm saying. All right. So there's your midterm. Module D, Module E the next Tuesday, Module F, and Module G. As you noticed, each module is only 2 chapters. Again, and then here is your final exam on Thursday. Sad, it's a sad day because our time for the summer one will be over. And your final will just cover chapters 7 through 14. Okay, so that is listed under the calendar of due dates tab. But where you really want to start is here, getting started. All right, so you're going to click on the getting started tab, and all right, so you're going to click on the Getting Started tab. The syllabus is already posted, and the video that I'm doing now, I will post right here, as well as in the announcements. Okay, so here's the syllabus. And of course, I'm already like halfway through my time. I know, y'all, I say I'm going to be speedy quick, and then I just have a lot to say. So I probably should have opened this before I started. Sometimes I sing when I'm waiting, just in case you don't know me, in case you haven't taken a online course with me. I like to sing. All right, so whoa, one moment, please. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So you notice the dates are May 31st through June 30th. Email is definitely the best way to reach me, especially over the summer. If you do need to meet with me virtual, we can meet virtual, but email is the best way to reach me. Okay, so here are all the outcomes, the instructional strategies. It is a Blackboard learning system class, so everything will take place on Blackboard. Make sure you submit all your all your assignments into Blackboard. I don't accept email assignments, and that's really for your benefit because they get lost because we get so many emails. So just make sure you submit into Blackboard. Each assignment does only allow 1 attempt, so make sure that you are submitting the correct document before you press submit. Okay, so try to be really careful about that. Here's your textbook. Make sure it is the 13th edition. The 12th edition is a little different. I would recommend the ebook personally, but that's just my 2 cents. It's a lot cheaper. You do not have to buy through the bookstore at Francis Marion, but don't tell them I told you that. You can go to cengagebrain.com. You can go to Amazon. You can go to textbooks.com, whatever works for you, okay? Here are your methods of evaluation. There's an affirmation form. This is the first thing you're going to need to do, and you will do this for all your graduate courses at FMU that are in the School of Education, okay? If you're taking other courses for some reason, they might not have the same requirements, but I know that School of Ed does or should. So affirmation form, first thing you need to do. You're also going to have an intro Flipgrid post, and I'll show you that in just a second. You'll have a midterm exam. As I told you, you'll have a final exam, 30 questions each, 1 point per question. And then for each module, remember I said we have 7 modules, there will be an activity that goes with each module. Okay, there's grade scale. So for each module, you'll want to read the chapter, view the PowerPoint lecture for each chapter. Again, that's, up to you whether you choose to read the textbook or not. That's your choice. I would recommend it, or at least looking at the PowerPoint. I post the PowerPoints, and then I post a recording for each PowerPoint, which I'll show you, and you can choose which one of those you want to look at. You will complete one online activity from a choice of 2 for each module. Some of them are listening to podcasts and answering questions, completing an IRIS module, WebQuest. You will choose one activity per module, and I'll show you those, a midterm exam and a final exam. And then you will also complete this getting started module, which this affirmation form is the most important thing. Okay. So there's the rest of the instructions for the midterm and the final. Again, those are the only things due on Thursdays. Everything else is due Tuesdays and Fridays. Okay. Each module must be completed by 11:59 on the due date. Again, you can work ahead, but don't get behind. You'll need to complete all activities for modules A through C before the midterm, and technically A through G before you can access final. Here's the schedule. Again, I also just showed you the calendar. So this is the due date, right? What's listed here. So that's why it says due June 3rd. So again, affirmation, intro, Flipgrid. Module A is answer one question on the discussion board. Module B, watch one video and answer the accompanying questions. Again, these are all from a choice of 2. Okay, so there are 2 choices. You'll choose one for each module. Module C is watch one podcast video, answer the accompanying questions. Then your midterm exam. Module D, watch a video, answer the question. Module E, choose one question, post your answer in a Flipgrid at post. Module F, there's a pretty brief web quest. We'll talk about that when we get there. And then module G is an IRIS module, and then there's your final exam due date. Okay, all of this is our standards, everything we need to include. The affirmation form, if you do not complete it and submit it by June 3rd, you will be dropped from the class. Okay, so that again is the first thing that you want to do. Okay, so some general information. Again, modules A through G are due on Tuesdays and Fridays. Midterm are due on Thursdays. And this is what the affirmation form will look like. This is not the one you will complete. You will complete the one in Blackboard that I'll show you right now, but that's what it looks like. Okay, let me go back to Blackboard. I'm going to pause for 1 second so I can resize the screen. See, and I'm already running out of time. Gracious day in the morning. So anyway, getting started. Okay, so here's the syllabus again. The review video will be posted here. And here's where I want you to start, where it says getting started. If, a little aside again, if this is your first class, your first online class, if you don't know how to submit your affirmation page and any other assignment, you're going to want to watch any other assignments. You're going to want to watch this video. It's just a few minutes. But if you've taken an online class at Francis Marion, or if you've used Blackboard before, you probably don't need to watch it. But if you are brand new, I would recommend watching this. This particular video right here is from, I think, either last summer or the summer before. So don't pay any attention to any dates you might see or hear. Okay. This is just kind of an FYI. Here's how to submit. Okay. So in this getting started folder, here's your introduction on Flipgrid. So you will just click right here. It will take you right to Flipgrid. I want you to tell me your name, your current job, your ideal teaching job when you finish this program. I know some of you are teaching currently. Don't worry, I won't report anything back to your schools. And then 2 ways that choice can be built into assignments for your current and or future students. Okay, it doesn't have the little assignment icon, but there are points, only 5 associated with it. But it's really just so we can get to know each other over the summer. And then here is your course affirmation form. Okay, so you can either click right here on the black line. That's how you will end up submitting. Okay, and you will see a little button that, of course, you can't actually see that says submit. But again, watch the video if you don't know how to do that. Okay, and oh my gracious, you can find the affirmation form here, the one that I just showed you. You can find it here, or you can find it right here. Same thing. Okay, so both of those again are due June 3rd. There's the syllabus. This is just a little campus account cheat sheet in case you have any issues with technology. I have nothing to do with Blackboard. I have nothing to do with your email addresses. I have nothing to do with the bookstore. I have really nothing to do with anything. I'm very low on the totem pole. But if you end up having problems, there is Campus Tech that can help you out. Their number is 843-661-1111 in case you ever do need to get in touch with them. And here is just a video from like 2015, many summers ago, that talk about what some of the icons mean. You won't need most of the icons, but in case you have questions, there you go. Okay, I'm out of time. Bye.